I'm Aunty Kim, known by my community as an elder and tribal elder of the Biripi Nation. I'm known by most of the community as a Saunders, and I proudly wear that knowledge and own that name for all the reasons why I'm here today. So I can say that one thing, and I'm proud to be an Aboriginal woman. Decided to make damper. Okay, now we just use flour, which I'm just going to make in a little ball like that. I'm going to actually use 2 cups to make it a decent size. So I'll do 2 cups of flour. Now traditionally this was made over a piece of a leaf that was clean, and we just use a leaf to mix it up, put all the stuff on a leaf, and then we just pile it in or make it cool, use a cooler meat to push it all in. The next ingredient I'm going to add to it is the butter. Now the butter's supposed to be frozen, but makes it easier to get through. So it's going to be a little bit of a process. And like I say, in the past, we just use dripping. Well, that's 2 cups, so I've put about 50 grams of butter into it to make it up. So I'll just rub that butter into it to add the time. I'm just going to add a little bit more butter so it says in. And like if you look at Lebanese food, a lot of their breads are flat, so it doesn't have to really rise very high. So when you're making your butters, it doesn't have to really rise. But just like making scone recipes, we just rub it in, try to get all the butter through it. So I think about a little bit of milk. When you got 10 kids in the family, you had a cow. And when you got 10 kids in the family, not all of them like milking the cow. So guess whose job that used to be? Mine. Because everybody else used to get kicked by the cow, whereas I was the only one that actually didn't get kicked by the cow. Trying to get a texture where it's sticking together and the milk doesn't run off the table. And we're trying to get a sticky enough texture, but I've added a little bit, not too much milk to this, and the moisture in the air can also affect it as well. So we're just going to add a little tiny bit more flour to sort of, you put a little bit more flour on there. We need flour on the board anyhow to roll it out. And there's one important ingredient that I did forget to put into this, and that was just the salt, a pinch of salt. And as you'd know, if you made porridge, you know, if you don't put the salt in, you've got to add a ton of sugar because it doesn't have flavour. So now it feels like the right consistency, just having that bit of flour that's there. And we literally just roll it into a ball. Just make sure all the ingredients is all pushed together. You don't need it too much because the flour, as you know, flour has gluten in it. Our flours that we have gluten in it, which holds it and binds it together so that it's more durable. So basically what I'm doing is just rolling a little patty, little bread about this thick, so that it cooks in time. Now, see that one bit of bread that I've just made there? If I wanted to make Johnny cakes, I would flatten it out to about 2 centimetres and then just cut up little squares and then fry it in a fry pan or in a saucepan. In the past, we never had those utensils, so it was fried on a rock or cooked on a rock where the rock was heated up from the fire. Or they'd wrap it around a stick and then put it in the fire, and that would cook directly onto a stick. This goes in the oven for about 40 minutes and that's cooked. It just comes up in size. Okay, our damp is cooked, and when we cut into the bread, it's not a airy or fluffy bread like we traditionally look at normal breads. It's sort of more of a heavier dough, that heavier bread. Well, I can tell you right now, this brings back old memories of having something that reminds you of my childhood. So, and it's perfect.